we're back, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, let's review The Crimson Diamond, a old-school point-and-click adventure game. And in more than one way, this game channels the old point-and-click adventure games from the late 80s and early 90s, the Sierra Online games like Police Quest, Space Quest, but more specifically, the Colonel's Bequest and other Laura Bow games. And I enjoyed those a lot back in the day. In this game, you play Nancy Maple, and she is a clerk at a museum who is sent to this remote place with this lodge to investigate a strange incident involving a diamond that was found in the belly of a fish. And I really like the character of Nancy. She's quite inquisitive as she eavesdrops on all kinds of conversations, trying to piece together what is going on. And the story of what is going on is actually the highlight here. It is sort of a mystery with consistently well-developed characters to meet and cool places to explore. The game feeds you little pieces of information, little pieces of the puzzle, so to speak. So the writing is excellent. I think the dialogue is excellent. It's not too expansive in that way. It's quite short to read. It's not that bad. And it's just fun to hang around this young Miss Marple type of character. In terms of looks, the game has some amazing pixel art, very artistic. And again, I grew up on these older adventure games, these Sierra Online games that had this type of graphics. It might not look very detailed, but to my eyes, this looks very atmospheric, and my imagination does the rest, much like back in the days. Also, what helps to flesh out the characters are the little portraits that you'll see on the screen when you interact with these characters. Another highlight in this game are the catchy music tunes that sort of underlines the events in the game. The tone is always sort of positive and happy in a way. In classic point-and-click adventure style, you move the mouse, a pointer, and you click where Nancy has to go. The interesting thing, though, here is that this is a text parser game, which means that you need to type in the commands for the character on the screen, like open door or look room or pick up something in the screens. Now, I think this is a very bold move by the developer, and it really goes back to the old days where you had to do this. And I feel very at home doing this, but there was a good reason why the parser-based adventure games like the Sierra Online ones back in the day got out of fashion in favor of icon-driven games like the classic LucasArts adventures. Because with the parser games, you always have this chance that you get stuck on somewhere because you're missing something in the environment. Also in this game, there is some pixel hunting. It's not always clear that you need to pick up some kind of item that is sort of blends into the screens. And the other thing is that you are kind of forced to use the commands that the developer set out for you. And that means that you're kind of guessing what the developer wants you to do in a certain situation and what specific commands to use. And you're kind of wasting some time there. For instance, I wanted to eavesdrop on a conversation, but I couldn't use something like the word use, like use the glass on the door or something. But you had to write down, put the glass on ear. So that felt a bit annoying. Like the word use is a very common command in adventure games, but it's not possible in this one. Also, if you're not a native English speaker, typing in English commands might be kind of difficult for you. So I'm not sure if this game will appeal to a larger international audience. the game does help you out. I mean, there are shortcut commands for you to type in. Hints are dropped in conversation with characters. Better still, there's a notebook with a to-do list, so you always know what to do next. Last but not least, there is a link inside the game to an external website for a complete walkthrough. So there's really no reason to get stuck. But even so, the parser thing felt pretty archaic. Sure, old school, but I don't think this will open up the game for new audiences. And that is a shame, because the one thing I think that stands out again is the story and the characters. They're so well developed, the dialogue and the mystery and everything involving that part. I think it would have been great if it had icons so you could use the icons, but even so, this is designed as an old school adventure game with some modernizations here and there. I do think that this game comes highly recommended. Please do check it out, support the developer, and I'm very much looking forward to what comes next for this one. Anyway, thanks guys so far for watching, and see you in the next one.